Hi YouTube. So a bit of inception here. This is a meta video, okay? This is a meta video. Someone in chat donated earlier and said something. I hope you're still having a good day after the toxic or the positive amazing comments on your recent Silent Hill 2 video. And I said, what comments? Because I didn't check them, because Silent Hill 2 is a touchy subject, so I thought it'd probably be best not to scroll through them. But after popular demand, we're gonna take a look at them. I'll respond to your comments. I mean, it's gonna be awesome. Are you guys excited? Now, before you see these, I'm sure everything is very, you know, everyone is level-headed. Me sharing my own opinion of how I feel of this subjective topic. I'm sure it didn't make anyone angry, and I'm sure no one took it personally. And I'm sure that instead of sharing their own opinion, they attacked mine instead, like a very intellectual person. So, without further ado, shall we take a gander down below into the abyss? To be fair, James' running animation in the remake looks like a middle-aged guy who doesn't run trying to run. I actually gave this example when I was watching the trailer. Everyone always insults running animations in like every game, and I gave the example that if you run in real life, you probably look like an idiot too. So every time there's someone running in a game that looks stupid and everyone's like, oh, this is so unrealistic, it's not. Like, ask when you're downtown next with your 3 friends and a restaurant's about to close in 45 minutes and you say, all right guys, we gotta run there. I guarantee you none of them are gonna run. You know why? Because they all look like James from Silent Hill 2 Remake when they run. But yeah, I think his running animation is fine. Let's give it a like. I love his running animation. This is like one of the first times I've commented on Bawkbasoup 3930. We're gonna have to message YouTube about that one. Exploring the town like this is what RE3 Remake should have been. Exactly. I agree. These aren't toxic. What are you guys talking about? Bloober confirmed there will be a plethora of settings to adjust those with hearing and seeing impairment, so the red border is one of these options. Oh, that's good news. That's good news. Not me watching this while running on a treadmill thinking I probably look dumb AF while I run. You do your thing, James. Making sure they... Okay, never mind. You know what? No. Making sure they don't look like Angela. Someone had to say it. Me reading the title of the video. Yeah, they are. After watching the video. Yeah, they did. Hey, this person got the memo. What? Okay, was this a waste of time? You guys said this would be toxic. I appreciate the slightly more subtle, hey, look at this yellow shit over here on the dumpster puzzle. I'd like to say that it's totally unnecessary, but hey, at least it's not like someone threw a bucket of yellow paint everywhere. True. Slay, girl. Because every single person on the internet with a hot female profile picture is definitely a girl. So, slay, girl. The redone music, intro music is giving me shivers. Same. Got chills running down my spine. Baby. Why not? Pyramid Head's hands are supposed to look like that. The index finger is separate from the rest of the fingers, which are webbed together. This looks straight out of Silent Hill 2. Basically, everything else took his movie appearance. So, he's referencing the fact that I said Pyramid Head looked bad in a certain camera angle, which it had nothing... I referenced his fingers. So this person is focusing on the fact that the index fingers are separate from the rest of the fingers, which they didn't listen to the rest of the video, where I said that the textures on Pyramid Head in general looked like a generation down. So a classic case of commented before they even listened to the rest of the the thing. Last time I ran was to catch a train, but I bet it looked... See? I'm so glad people are vibing with the stupid comment I made. And you guys are spamming balking when James was running and I started ranting about the run animation thing. Everyone looks stupid running. I really don't get the whole, like... Sometimes in some games, running animations are crazy. Like, oh, okay. Like in Dead Space Remake, that I can see that, okay? Because Dead Space Remake, the main Isaac literally runs like this. Like he literally goes like, this is how, okay, I'm maybe exaggerating a little, but he goes like this. Like he is hopping like a goblin, dude. So that one, when someone is like, oh, it looks a little silly, sure, yeah. But that's like the only one that comes to my mind that is weird. But yeah, everyone looks ridiculous when they run. Everyone looks ridiculous when they're... You know what? Let me ask you guys. Here, I'm gonna pretend like I'm outside running, all right? Are you ready? Here we go. Can you see me? How's that look? Do I look like an insane person? How's my run animation? Okay, jogging. Okay. All right, you know what? This was a terrible idea. Silent Hill and Resident Evil aren't the same games. I wish people would stop comparing the two games. The two. This looks amazing. Word. Okay, so if you want to give an example when compare, like you shoot a Resident Evil 2 remake zombie in the shoulder and he goes like this, all right? He goes, oh, that's cool. And you shoot his other shoulder and he has an animation for the other shoulder, all right? So am I not allowed to compare animation cycles between two survival horror games? Is that an awful thing? Like, this same logic applies to going to a restaurant and eating a mac and cheese. And you're like, oh, this was not as good as the mac and cheese at Tony's, dude. No shot. What the fuck do you mean? You can't compare two mac and cheeses, bro. Like, this one had breadcrumbs and the other one was gluten-free. Like, you can compare things. It's fine. Why does that trigger people? Blurriness on his shoulders. Dude, it's on YouTube. All right, so this person, I know what they mean. They mean that, I like how we haven't actually got to a really toxic comment yet, but they're coming, I can smell them. You wanna know how to actually get to the toxic comments? You don't sort by top, you sort by newest. Anyway, so I was commenting that the DLSS, okay, the frame generator, was causing around the model of James to be blurry, and it factually does. Now, will that look different in the final product? No, probably not. And the same problem happened in Dead Space. It's very easy to see it, like, but I talked about this before, and I'm sure a lot of these comments will be on the cusp of this exact topic. For visual things in games, you're not going to notice them unless you're a visual snob. Like if you're still playing on your TV that you had as a kid that you brought to your new city that you moved to, and then you brought that to your new apartment, like in another city, like you're using your TV from when you were a child. You don't care about this shit. You're not a visual snob. You do not care about like having the newest 8K QLED TV to get the most out of your performance with all settings cranked on max. You're sacrificing FPS for resolution. You don't care. Like you won't even see this. It doesn't register. It doesn't tick in your brain because it's not important to you. Okay. But it's a fact. It's not because it's on YouTube. It's because that's how the graphics are. It has nothing to do with like the bit rate. Crunching down. You can see it on the leaves, you can see it on the puddles, you can see it on the shadows, you can see it on James. It's very apparent. Cap. That's cap right there. Just watching the opening cutscene up to when they gain control of them, saving the rest of the story for release. I think that they're finally on the right track. I have to admit the previous trailers had me a little worried, but this feels like they finally got the game where it needed to be. Looking forward to the full release rather than being concerned. Yeah, I feel about the same. No, I got a comment. Yeah, I feel about the same way. Yeah. But there, perfect. But man, what are these YouTube emotes? Like, what the hell is this shit? Why can't I use the Bawkbasoup emotes? I'm in tears laughing at you talking about people actually running in real life. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, /bow. Thank you, thank you. So true about the run. All right, I'm not gonna read any more running comments. We know that I'm based at this point. All right. Can you believe Ascension got an Emmy? Yeah, see, there's the first toxic comment. Where are the people insulting me? Okay, here we go. This is okay, I think. The game was never gonna measure up to the RE remakes. Before I read any more, I already knew that when they said Bloober was doing it. That is like, if you expected it to match up to the remakes, you're insane. Your expectations are crazy and you live in this like fake reality that you made in your own head. Capcom built that all in-house and really invested their tech in their own engine, while Konami, instead of doing something similar, decided to outsource their game to an indie developer. This is no insult towards Bloober, but that's just the facts. I can really see that they're trying their best with this footage, but they simply do not possess the experience and maybe even the manpower that most AAA studios do. But hey, everyone starts somewhere. Maybe this could be the game that puts them on the map. Besides, I'm sure while we're playing and engaging with the story, all these little nitpicks will fade into the background. That's a beautiful comment, Ethan Rom, and you are 100% right. And you know what's funny about this? I said almost the exact same he just said there, but it's not in this video. It's actually later when we were discussing it after this video was already on YouTube. So the fact that he said all that, amazing, dude. Because that's exactly what I said after this video. Nice comment, Ethan. Nice comment, Ethan. But that's the reality though, for those, like, it's like an unfortunate, harsh truth that right from the get-go, when Bloober was announced to work on this game, we knew it wasn't gonna be like Silent Hill 2 OG, because there's no way it could. The budget isn't there, the experience of the workers is not there. Like, you just can't reach that quality. I like the cooking. Looks like a good meal to me. I'm so hyped up, says King Shadow. Hey, King Shadow is here. I don't know why people were anxious about this release in the first place. People were anxious because Silent Hill 2, a game that is literally one of the most beloved games of all time, like a 10 out of 10 in a lot of gamers' hearts and minds, like something that is considered flawless. Here's why they're anxious. This game is not getting a 10, and it's not getting a 9, like overall. I highly doubt it. What we are going to get is like a 7, maybe an 8 if we're lucky. And I don't mean like, oh, IGN's gonna give it a 7, or I mean like you combine Metacritic, GameSpot, YouTubers, streamers, normal people, like audiences and critics alike, and you combine it all, this game is gonna be like a 7 or an 8. You can already tell by the footage. And I know I'm one that preaches that you gotta wait for a game to come out, but sometimes you can just see it. Like, there are some things that just aren't there. So this is a common comment, like, why were people anxious? They're anxious because they want a masterpiece and they don't think they're gonna get it. And I don't think we're gonna get it either. Now, could it be a 10? Well, I hope so. That'd be sick, but you're living in fairyland if you're like going into this. Like, if this guy's going into this being like, this is gonna be a 10, bro, I got sad news for you. Or he's a smart person and he decides himself rather than is a slave to the reviews, but I digress. Asks for the game to be optimized for PC, and in the same breath, here we go! Hyper criticizes irrelevant details like puddle reflections that he admits most people won't care about, which is precisely why studios prioritize pointless graphical details over optimization. Well, I mean, this is just a strange comment. if you're going to put the details in, make sure it's optimized. Those two things go hand in hand. Since this has homecoming combat, yeah, you know what? And nobody has an issue with that. I guess that means we're just a few short years away from the rehabilitation of said game. Yeah, this game does, like, I do find that funny. And I'm gonna relate this to RE3 Remake. I know. When I was first playing RE3 Remake, and right in the intro, when you're running away from Nemesis in your apartment, that scene is Resident Evil 6. That scene itself is something straight out of Resident Evil 6. And in my mind, after playing that scene, in my mind, I was thinking like, people are going to hate this part. Then I played the rest of the game, but I digress. I went online. Sounds like my fan is about to fall off the ceiling. So we might get a good clip here in a few minutes. I might be dead too. In my mind, I was like, people are gonna hate this, but then I looked online and no one said anything about it. But people hate RE6 for that exact kind of thing, which brings me back. Homecoming. People fucking hated Homecoming's gameplay, like the combat. But now you see all these apologists for the Silent Hill 2 Remake combat, even though it looks almost the exact same as Homecoming. But hey, it might be fun though. I don't think it looks the exact same as Homecoming, but they're definitely going for the same feel. Just one of those cases where you're unfair to something and you're fair to something else, even though they suffer from the same problem. All right. Love Box Gaming streams immensely, but hate his reaction content. Uh-oh, this is awkward. This is also too meta right now. He goes into insane levels of nitpicking while spending 80% of the video with his eyes on chat. That is cap right there, bro. When my first watch of almost everything, I stare at it and I make sure to stare at it. That is cap, bro. That's cap. I look at the chat, sure. And in this very video, I was telling chat, responding to you guys, if you watch it, people were asking me questions like, bro, ask me questions later. I'm watching the video. I legitimately said that. Oh my God. So, see, that's cap, bro. 80%. Like if we want to be real, it's like 10 to 5%. All right. It's like he's fishing for interaction. Then he always titles the YouTube video substantially more positively than he acts the video. This is a classic case of something I talk about all the time, where if you criticize, you could say 1,000 compliments to something and then 10 negative things, and people like this guy are just gonna hyper focus on the negative things and completely ignore all the positive things you said. Boo! Wait, that's cap, bro. The people complaining about blurry hair and bad reflections are impossible to please. They look at Van Gogh and ask why it's blurry too. Like, calm down, people. These trailers are made way... Ooh! You had it there in the first sentence. You had it there in the first sentence. These trailers are made way before they release. That's cap, bro. That's cap. I think this is a tale as old as time. I'll just type it. This is a tale as old as time. Everyone says the trailer will be way different than the final product, and it never is. Give me some examples of a month before release trailer that looks nothing like the final product. I need this to be a knockout. I desperately he needs this to be a knockout. I desperately want a remake of 1 and 3. 2 is the best overall package in one game. I love the combined story of 1 and 3. I know. I know those feels, Mr. McScrub. This looks way better than the remakes. RE engine kind of sucks on the visual side. I don't think it looks better than RE4 Remake, but definitely aspects of it look better than RE2 Remake, but RE2 Remake was made years ago. So this doesn't look anywhere close to as good as RE4 Remake. I think it's the fog. I think it's the fog that make people think it looks way better than it does. No, I'm not saying it looks bad. I think Silent Hill 2 Remake graphically looks amazing. Now, yes, I had my nitpicks, but you know what I find funny? I'm pretty sure I talked about this in this very video. The same thing RE2 Remake suffers from with the subsurface scattering or whatever. Why do people never listen to what I fucking say and then criticize me in the goddamn comments? It pisses me off so much. I criticize RE2 Remake's graphics in this very video in the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Yet, Bawk thinks that remakes are perfect. No one actually said that, but I'm sure as we scroll down, someone will. Someone will throw me under the bus for being an RE fanboy, yada, yada, yada. I guarantee it. Parent Head's body textures are really good. You're wrong. But in that scene, the graphics are too neat. That's why you felt that the textures didn't load. Is that cap? I'm willing to go verify. Dude, Bawk puts way too many ads on his Speezix. Oh no, that's my VOD's channel editor, Speezix man. Oh my god, we gotta stop with that. All right, listen. What I was saying here about the textures, this is nitpicking. It's something I don't like overly care about. It certainly doesn't look great though. There could be more wear and tear on like the knife and the apron and stuff. It's just when I seen this exact scene, it's not a big deal. It's just the first thing that came to my mind when I seen this picture of him was like, this looks like it's from PS4. Let's not go PS3, okay? Let's not go crazy. I mean, he does look fine, but not a big deal. Not a big deal. That's slightly capped, bro, but I'll let it slide. This was a masterpiece theater in the promotion department. Konami and Bloober both knew they were hated. They definitely cooked. The promotion okay, if we're talking this trailer, it was great promotion. If we're talking the promotional campaign for the game, it's been horrible. Like the first time we seen the start of Silent Hill 2 Remake, like their first promotion of it was James standing there with the dog head on. Like, bro, just show like anything. I don't think the marketing for this game was good, but I do think this trailer was good. And I think the story trailer was good. So this is no cap. Look at the puddles. Oh, here we go. Finally, one of these. Look at the puddles. Good Lord, gamers are picky AF. The last thing I'm looking at in a horror game is the floor while I'm walking backwards, not to be scared shitless. I'm bad with horror games. And that chat, fun died a long time ago. Well, Taka-chan, let me tell you something. So with the puddles, it will also be on a lot of reflections in the game. I'll give RE2 Remake as a bad example. When you have graphics on max in RE2 Remake and you are walking into the lab section of the game, the top of the door, above the door where the reflection should be, like the light metal reflection, something that's like high fidelity, like a newish thing in video games, where there should be like a slight blurry reflection of everything happening around or the whole environment around you. Instead, it's like this static TV blurry screen, which that does break immersion for visual snobs. Now, when I played through RE2 Remake and I seen that, I was like, hey, look at the bad graphics. And that's it. I don't care. But I grew up with someone, my oldest brother, who is a huge visual snob. And I don't think he would do this, but I know there are people that take it to the next extreme. If they seen that, they would legitimately turn the game off and return it because they're like, I'm expecting perfection, and what the hell is this blurry TV screen in the middle of the laboratory when it should be a metal sheet on the wall? It's a thing that's real, and do I overly care about it? No. Do I point it out because it's there and I can see it? Yeah. Like, you know, forgive me for actually using my eyes and looking at the graphics. They're trying to push good graphics, and if they fuck it up, I'll point it out. That's it. It's not a big deal though. Like, I'm not gonna not have fun with it. So like, I think you are right about like fun died a long time ago. Yeah. If I was like an actual super snob and that made me not enjoy the game, I would hate myself. I don't think those people, well, what you think what you want to think, but yeah, it is unfortunate that that kind of thing can break immersion for people to the point where they don't even like the game. The animations look fine, IMO. It's the transition between the animations that look janky. This guy gets it! James has like a frame of pause between walking and running, whereas you play RZ04 Remake, and Leon has animations between those, which make him feel smooth to control. Well, smooth to control, I think, is up for debate, especially if you're on controller or keyboard, but this comment gets it. About the animations and the transition between them. Now, again, will it make me not like the game? No. But is it a thing that will break immersion? Yes. Like, after playing RE4 Remake, it was super easy to notice, like, especially in the Pyramid Head fight and with the James running animation. Yeah, it's just weird. The soundtrack just sounds like the original PS2 soundtrack. That's cap. I hope it is. No, the soundtrack, they kept the OG, but they put little spins on it, like in the intro to the game when it's playing like Alone on the Street, whatever the song is called. Like when James is walking out of the bathroom, there's a little guitar, a new string instrument in the background, which is nice. I like it. They're putting a spin on the classic soundtrack. Like they're adding an instrument here and there and a couple ambient sounds here and there. And that's just what we heard from the trailer. Dude, one thing I'm so pumped for in Silent Hill 2 Remake is the soundtrack. Oh my God. I think, maybe a hot take, I think Silent Hill 2 legitimately, no cap, has one of the best soundtracks of all time. Like I think personally, maybe top 10, but I think like objectively, if there are top 50 lists that come out on like PC Game or whatever else, in my opinion, Silent Hill 2 OG should be in the top 50, no questions asked. The soundtrack, it's nice to listen to, it fits the scene, and it's memorable. I love it. Yeah, I like 3s as well. Metal Gear Solid 2, yeah. Wait, people didn't like Bloober's games? I think Layers of Fear and Blair Witch are good. Bloober's games always score 7 to 7.5 area, but their haters online are super fucking loud and obnoxious. They try and convince you their games are unplayable. Okay, that's true. Listen, I'm not a Bloober hater like the loud ones. Okay, guys, if you're watching the video on YouTube, I was playing a rando earlier. Now, if you want proof, go watch the rando. It'll be up on the VOD's channel too. I like Bloober's games, but see, that's the thing. I like them. I don't love them. They're okay. They're exactly that. They're like 7 6s. And they're just boring, I think. A lot of the games are just boring. Like, I got bored playing the medium. Layers of Fear 2, I hated, dude. Layers of Fear 2, I think is a legitimate bad game. Observer, but like, they're all decent though. I don't think they're bad. Good call on the hurt animation and the red screen effect. Did not notice. It'd be great if that could be turned off. So someone confirmed earlier, Bloober did say you could turn it off, but I do find it funny. In the gameplay here, you have a red border telling you you're hurt. Then when you get super hurt, you have the plus sign in the corner. That's classic. And then also James has a hurt animation. Like, you're getting all 3 worlds. And I don't think a red border is bad, by the way. Like, even if you can't turn it off, it just can't take up like the whole screen. If it's just like this tiny like red border that's fully see-through, that's fine. Too harsh. You were looking at the chat more than the actual footage, and comparing RE2 is unfair with Capcom. They built the ground up from the engine for decades and have more remakes than any other studio. Since Konami and Silent Hill series have been away for decades, it makes sense that they would play it safe. Silent Hill combat has always been clunky. More negatives than positives from this review. I'll be surprised if you even play this game when it comes out from your reaction. Why do people say I'm reading chat more than the actual footage? Am I crazy? All right, let's watch my eyes. Okay, look at chat for a split second. Please, Bloober, optimize this for PC. For the love of God. God, at least 60, that'd be nice. Like, it should be like 144, but let's not kid ourselves. Nice run, bro. Okay, all right, so before people laugh at his run, James in the OG also ran like a crazy person, all right? No, when I run like that, you know what? Okay, I'm actually starting the conversation. Usually it's other people, but this time it's me. Okay, people are wording it like I'm going like this. When people criticize runs, like, we need to— I'm literally doing this! Someone, grab them through the webcam, and place them right on the screen and be like— and what the hell am I supposed to be looking at? The blur around his shoulders? But just to touch on this comment, it's a good one. So why this is a good comment. Too harsh. You were looking at chat more than compared to RE2 Remake is not unfair, but the unfortunate thing is later on after this video, I explained the whole comparing it with RE2 Remake in terms of expectation is unfair because what he said, you know, Capcom has a grounds up for the engine. True about comparing expectation with the quality of RE2 Remake. That's it. Because that is true. RE2, like Dev 1 is a far superior and more knowledged and just a better team than Bloober. And that's not like shots at Bloober. It's like saying Gordon Ramsay is a better chef than me, you know? I went to culinary school and I was in the industry for like 7 years, but come on. If me and him had a contest to make a better 9-course meal, he's gonna fucking destroy me because he has so much experience under his belt. Just like if Bloober went up against Dev 1 Capcom to make a new game, Dev 1 would destroy them because they have so much more experience and yada yada yada. I did clarify it in yesterday's stream, but it didn't make it into this video. Phil the Stampede! Me and Phil have had our disagreements in the YouTube chat before, but he just let out a banger. Where the hell is it? 3418. Bach pauses with the score of the game in the lower right-hand corner.
It is too clean. Like it's too... Exactly.
A 6 out of 10. Good one, Phil. I like that. Good one. I was wondering, because the town seems a bit brighter than I would have thought, but the fog looks so good and obscures the town very nicely. Sure, there are things that aren't perfect and could be improved, but really, what game is perfect? The music is great, it looks great, and I can't wait until it comes out so I can play it day 2 like you. I had a bit of hesitation because of the footage before this, but the new footage makes me really excited. Man, I love when people watch the video and they just understand that I'm not a hater and I'm just criticizing things I truly don't overly care about. I'm excited as well. AI written comment. All right. Dude is insufferable. Hard to watch with this. Him complaining for almost nothing. No offense, but you clicked on this video and comment as well. This comment is insufferable. Driving me crazy. You know, things like this, I agree. I don't know how the hell I'm in the position that I'm in with streaming. You seem very picky and negative about the whole way through. Honestly, are you even a fan? Because you seem to want this to fail. No, I hate the game. Okay, that's not cap. I like how the video is positive, but the title of the video is positive, but the actual video is just you being hypercritical for half of it. Yeah. I love you, Bach. Move to Niagara Falls so I could smuggle you real buffalo wings across the border and you can smuggle me all just chips and Swiss Chalet. Tia. Gotta love Bach. Wait. Oh, okay. These are people from the stream. Well, okay. Well, I have to read them. Bach, gotta love Bach. Such a handsome and brilliant streamer. Simply the best. Deflot based and calls out the cappers. Did I mention he was handsome? All right. Well, case closed. I guess there is no hater comments. I don't know, guys. Thank you, Retro. I'm getting tired of this. Are you guys too? I missed a few up top. Yeah, I'm not gonna read your guys' fresh comments praising my wiener, okay?